What's going on, everybody? We are out with the 2023 Sea Doo Spark Trixx. This time we have it tuned with the 8600. We are trying to see if there's any noticeable difference between the two tunes, the stock 90 and the 8600, which is anywhere between 112 and 120 horsepower depending on who you talk to. So I have the speaker system on today, as you can tell, which may or may not hinder anything, but I'm gonna put the handlebars up. I'm going to do some testing on it, and I'm going to see and get my reactions on the first initial acceleration on this and get my thoughts on it. So I have 13 hours on it, enough break-in time to get it tuned and changed out and all that stuff. So first of all, we're going to put it on speed, and we're going to put the VTS all the way down. This VTS actually responds nicely, and we're going to hit the gas in 3, 2, 1. There are no noticeable speed differences so far. Throttle response, I don't really notice the throttle response either. So I don't know. I have to say, I'm not noticing any difference. Let's go over to RPM, and I'm gonna point down, and we're gonna see if this RPM goes up any higher. Especially on the straightaway.
All right, so I'm gonna mute the video here. It got a little echoey, but let's talk about what's happening. So you see the RPMs maximum hits 7920. So that's basically stock, if not is stock, when you're on flat water, just going straight with one up from center. So this is where I start to notice things are a little off. It doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel like the ski is tuned. So I'm beginning to believe the ski or the tune is botched at this point. So now I realize I have to go back to shore, and let's pick up the video from there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not very impressed with what I've got going on so far. So I'm going to put this back on land. I'm going to test it out with the map tuner. Okay, so we're in the map tuner. Let's check the programming real quick of this ski. Just to confirm, it's on the 8600. So we're going to go to information. Spark Stage 3 8600. So it doesn't feel right, but it says it's on there. Yeah, I mean, it seems to be okay, but it just doesn't seem quite snappy enough. Let's check the programming again of this. I'm not going to do the 89. I guess I'll put the 8500 on there. Let's see what happens. Okay, we're officially on the 8500 tune now. Let's check the information on the vehicle, 8500. And looks like we're on there. So we're going to try that one out, see what happens. Okay, so now we have the 8500 tune on here. Almost out of fuel, but that's pretty good for speed reasons. And we hit 7920 on that first RPM speed run. So we're gonna try the second speed run. And we're gonna see what RPMs we get. The speaker should not matter on this. So yeah, I think we're far enough out now, 200 feet. All right.
Okay, I'm going to silence the audio here again because it started to echo and sound a little scratchy, but I wanted a freeze frame when we hit the high RPM, right? Bang, right there, 7980. So that is 60 RPM higher than the highest we had with the 8600 tune. Okay, let's start this back up.
All right, right away we had higher RPMs with the 8500 tune, which makes no sense. I think that 8600 tune was botched, and we have to do it again. However, we're gonna run the Jetblaster with the 8500 tune, and we're gonna see which one comes out on top. Judging by top speed, that Jetblaster should be 2 to 3 miles an hour faster. We're gonna see how fast this Trixx goes up in the air. Okay, a little bit better. Over to RPMs. Let's see how fast it gets up there. Okay, we are at RPM gauge. We got up there real quick. All right, I think I think it was just a botched tune, but we're gonna run the Jetblaster with the Spark on the 8500 tune, and we'll see how they make out. I think the Jetblaster is still gonna be faster. I think this needs the impeller, but we'll see. Okay, there goes Dave on the Jetblaster, and here's the Spark with the 8500 tune. There's Dave doing a 180. Look at this. Look at how fast this reverse is. It's got ump. All right, roll forward. I'm gonna go to speed. All right, we're gonna go on 3. And first, ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3. Spark faster, whole shot. Too many wakes. That's still faster by a little bit, but this is definitely faster now.
Once you put a prop in it, I think it's gonna be faster.
I have the impeller.
Do you?
1, go! Nope. Yeah, still 3 to 4 miles an hour faster. Got the good one. That tune is way more fun than the stock. Awesome, but it needs the impeller. All right, everybody, that is the two skis, the 8500 tune versus the Yamaha Jetblaster Pro. The Yamaha Jetblaster Pro is still faster than the Sea Doo Spark Trixx with the 8500 tune. I did originally put the 8600 tune in there, as you saw, but that didn't do anything. It felt like it was off, so I immediately switched it over to the 8500 tune. But anyways, we have found out that even with the tuned Sea Doo Spark, the Jetblaster still has a more rowdy and faster motor. And I'm starting to get used to it. I'm starting to really like this thing, and I can't wait to upgrade this one and see really what this can push. Because with all this motor and with this hole, it's a lot more comfortable on the water than the Sea Doo Spark Trixx in like the ocean. I can't wait to get this out there and get different handlebars on this, and then get this tuned, get an impeller, Get rid of these sponsons. They suck, which will be in, let's say, another week or so. See a video on the 2-up sponsons. Anyways, that's the video. Stay tuned for the Sea Doo Spark Trixx to get the 1214 Solus impeller, along with the proper 86 or 8900 tune versus the stock Jetblaster Pro. And then you're gonna know for sure if the Sea Doo beats the Yamaha stock, and then we're gonna blow the Sea Doo out the water once we update this. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and we will see you in the next one. Take it easy.